Yeah, it is just a big bunny girl week. Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Subliteral Network. I make art and comics, and thanks for watching. Remember to hit like and subscribe and to leave your feedback in the comments. Now, I post art daily 5 days a week on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and this is a roundup of that work in case you missed it with a little more detailed description added. You can read my comics, Una the K Bunny, free at radiocomics.com, and please visit my Patreon page if you'd like to support my work. These links are in my description and bio, and please watch till the end so you don't miss anything. Radio Comics used to publish an adult furry anthology called Genus, and Crash Bunny was a character of mine that appeared in a couple of stories there. Since it was an adult anthology, I can only really show probably about this much on YouTube. And I haven't drawn Crash Bunny since, but she is just so cool that I've got to draw her again. I can see that. Every time I look at the old pictures I've drawn of her, I go, I gotta draw more of her. So this was a story that I did just sort of on my own because I wanted to draw the character again. I drew it on 8.5 by 11 paper, and I colored it in Sketchbook Pro. And that was sort of the end of it for the time. And I really feel bad about that. It might surprise you to know that I did tons of children's illustration, which comes across as inconsistent with me, I guess. I think an illustrator should be able to do just about anything. You know, the old illustrators had the skill of being. There was a skill kit that illustrators used to have. You know, they could draw handsome heroes, beautiful women, guns, cars. They had a reservoir of things they knew how to draw and paint, which could allow them to take on any job, especially if they were illustrators who worked for advertising and story illustrators. And I would like to retain that thinking as I go along. So this is a mouse girl trapped in a tower by a dragon who's being rescued by a mouse knight. But that mouse girl is so cute that I just had to feature her, as a post. I really made a huge effort to get a different kind of feel to my work. So what are we talking about here? Ink, watercolor, and a little color pencil. A lot of color pencil here and there. I love doing this kind of work. And I wish that I had opportunity to do more of it. But I guess I'm just going to have to make that opportunity if I want to have it. This is part of one of the first Una the K Bunny stories that long form stories that got published by Shanda Fantasy Arts. And this is Una. You can see her. She's in the old costume and the old cleavage that I used to draw on her. And this is the way she used to look. She used to have kind of this frizzy hair, and at the time I was really going for a kind of a Stan Sakai thing. I loved his work, and I was sort of, in a way, semi-consciously or unconsciously, or just kind of copying his style and really trying to get the kind of charming line that he gets regularly. Stan Sakai, of course, is best known for his Usagi Yojimbo comics that he started back in the 80s and still does to this day. And he does the complete art on them, from penciling to the writing to the lettering, and it's really one of the great comics and one of the great unsung comics, as far as I'm concerned, that's done. You may have seen his character show up on some of the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoons. And his character has shown up in kind of a lot of different places here and there. So when I was doing Una back then, I was really trying to kind of get his look going to greater or lesser success. I mean, you can decide that. Years ago, when I got my first scanner, I would go on these scanning binges to just make sure that I scanned every piece of art pretty much that I ever owned, because I wanted to have a record. And at the time, I was just starting to get into using Photoshop to color art, so I wanted to build up a library of line work that I could have available to color. This may have been the first story that I ever had published at Radio Comics. It was a story called Scavengers. I think it was about 5 or 6 pages. And I did this piece of art as an extra piece of art in case they needed a page filler or a frontispiece. Because when you're publishing, sometimes you have an anthology. You can have stories of various page lengths. So I just wanted to kind of cover my bases with this drawing. Just about the latest piece that I've done, I finished up a wallpaper that I do monthly for my patrons. It is drawn in ink and colored in Procreate. Before I got Procreate, I worked in Sketchbook Pro, and Procreate is just superior. It does everything that I wanted to do. I haven't hit a single limitation on the ability to get painting effects that I can't really get anywhere else for the price that I paid for the tablet and the program. It's freaking stunning, and I love it. So this one started from the folder of drawings that I have that, what they are is very light pencil sketches that I would just draw when I felt like sketching out a figure, or I just had like a quick idea that I wanted to record sort of quickly because I was working on other stuff. Before I forgot it, I would make little sketches on 8.5 by 11 paper, not finish them, or just put them away. So what I'll do is every once in a while I'll flip through this folder and just pick something out. So I picked this out and just cleaned it up and made something out of it. And I liked it, so I put it aside. And when I decided that it was time to do another wallpaper for my patrons, I took the drawing out and I drew another background for it, a horizontal background, so it could be made into a PC wallpaper, and drew a background on that. And then I just combined the two in Photoshop and put them in to Procreate to color it. My process was kind of complicated because I didn't conceive of the entire drawing at one time. But I managed to work out the bugs and to get the thing composited so that I could get a drawing that I liked.